Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a great morning. I'm so sorry this is getting out late, but better late than never. Well, last week we were continuing with our refresh series, and it was Father's Day weekend, and we had Andrew Stanley, which I thought was a lot of fun. I was on camera last weekend and sat through all the services, and definitely heard a lot of laughter. But one of my favorite parts of the service, um, other than the worship, because that was awesome, but I actually loved the interview portion with Ben and Andrew, and I just loved um, the part where Andrew was just talking about um, following this calling that he has as a third generation Stanley. I think there were a lot of people, not only in his family but even outside of his family, that were probably expecting him to become a preacher. To follow in his father's footsteps and his grandfather's footsteps. Sometimes there's a bigger voice telling you that um, no, I want you to step into something else. And I think as an arts person, I know that there's a huge difference between a musician and a comedian, but they're both kind of in the arts realm. I know for me in my life, it was a somewhat similar experience. Maybe not to that extreme. I'm not a third generation anything, but there were definitely some people that were maybe not as approving of what I wanted to do, or maybe were a bit skeptical um, about that, or like, oh, man, how are you going to support your family if you do that and all that stuff. But like Andrew, I realized that there was a greater calling on my life than what other people really understood. And I stepped into that, and I was obedient to that, and it brought me where I am today. And I know that I never would have 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I don't know that I would have ever believed that I'd be a worship leader, leading a team of people. I've always been a follower and never really liked the spotlight. I like to kind of be in the guy in the background. But man, I thank God every day that I listened to what He was telling me, and I'm just so grateful to be a part of this and a part of your team. And yeah, I'm so honored to be your leader. Why do I say all this? Well, because some of you might be wrestling with that inner voice, that thing that's telling you, "Hey, I really think that you should do this." And I just want to encourage you this morning to really lean into God, um, and ask Him what that means. And there may be something that just pops up, that's an opportunity that you didn't expect, and God's asking you to step into it. And you know, God is calling us to be obedient and to follow the calling that He has for our lives. And at the end of the day, we have a choice whether to do that or not. But man, I would strongly encourage any one of you, if you're kind of wrestling with this in your life right now, is to just trust and step into it, because God will bless you so much for doing that. So sorry for the long rant, but that was just the part last weekend service that really just spoke to me the most. The comedy, yeah, it was funny at times, but that interview portion was really amazing for me. So just wanted to share that with you this morning. I love you guys. All right, let's look at the team. We have David on acoustic. He'll actually be on electric this weekend. Corbin on bass, Kevin on drums, Mr. Chris Bainey on electric and leading worship, Amanda singing and leading worship, Joel on keys, uh, Kit and Tad on cameras this weekend, Dave on computers, Todd on lights, Anthony on sound, and then Beth and Ryan doing switcher. So a couple things I want to touch on. First of all, you see Chris's name on here. That is because I'm on vacation this week. Really from today until next Wednesday, I'm on vacation. My wife and I are going down to Nashville this weekend, so really pumped for that. So I'm excited that Chris gets the opportunity to step into the worship leading spot again. It's obviously not new for him, so you guys are going to have a blast with that, I'm sure. Second thing is I put out a video that you all should have received. But this is Ryan Strawby's last weekend on the production team, and I know I'm super bummed about that, but it's a bittersweet thing for me for sure. But you also in that email that I sent out, you should have received details about kind of a goodbye gathering that we're going to have for Ryan next weekend on Saturday. So make sure if you haven't watched that video yet, please watch it. All the details are in there. But I'm sure you guys are going to have a great weekend with him. I wish I could be there to serve with him this last time, but you guys are going to do fantastic, and you guys are going to have a lot of fun. So, Ryan, we will definitely miss you, buddy. Alrighty, let's take a look at the service. Barb Roos is speaking this weekend. Barb was a previous staff member at Cedar Creek, and she followed her calling after many years in ministry. She followed her calling to be an author, and she's written several books now, is doing very well, and we like having her back and getting to preach. It's a lot of fun. She's a great speaker, and you guys are going to really enjoy her message this weekend. All right, we have our 5-minute countdown into the song This Is Living. Chris is going to lead that one. David, we talked about your guitar sounds and all that stuff. Chris will probably go without a guitar and kind of jump around and get everybody pumped up. From there will be the campus host welcome. This is actually supposed to be worship leader, so Chris will be handling this. And then into the worship set, so we'll transition everybody into worship. We'll do Overcome. David Bianchi is going to sing that one. And then into King of My Heart, Amanda's going to sing that. And then Bigger Than I Thought will be Chris. All right, from there, we'll have the vision cast. So this vision cast is a little different because we have a video within the vision cast, and it's centered around the Leadership Summit. So I'll just touch on that just for 1 minute. Leadership Summit is something that I've been going to ever since I've been a volunteer. So, I can't even tell. I think this is maybe my 6th one this year, 6th or 7th. And with it coming up, it's right around the corner, and the tickets for the summit, if you get them now, are the cheapest, probably the cheapest they've ever been. So if you're interested in going to the summit this year, you can talk to Chris about it this weekend, and he can give you more details on pricing and all that stuff. But man, if you, whether you're a business owner, Kevin, I know you're a business owner, or just have a job where you work around influential people, whatever the case may be, wherever you're at in your life, the summit is a fantastic resource for you to kind of take with you when you leave, ways that you can just be a better leader in general. So if you're interested in that, if that sounds exciting to you, go ahead and talk to Chris about it, and he'll get you more information on it. But I'll be there. It's a great time. We have a lot of fun. The messages and speakers are amazing this year. Bear Grylls from what's his whatever his show was, Wild. It's Out in the Wild or whatever the heck. I don't know what his show's called, but the guy that goes out in the wilderness, he's one of the speakers this year, and that's going to be really cool. So from there, the campus host will transition into the message. We've got our Bentro video that's going to introduce Barb. And then Barb will do the message. And then the send-off, just campus host send-off, and then post-jam, which can be Spotify. You guys won't be on stage at all, so you don't need to play another song. So, alrighty. If you have any questions, don't reach out to me. No. If you have questions like today or tomorrow, feel free to reach out. But once you get into the weekend, Chris will handle all of those questions for you. Okay, guys, love you. I wish I could be there this weekend, but I'm gonna have fun on my anniversary trip, and I will see you guys when I get back. All right, have a wonderful weekend. Love you.